Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Sorry for the delay. I even rebooted it, and it was sluggish again, so I rebooted it a second time. I think we're good, though. Ah, all right. Oh, lots of purging during the full moon, and you got a haircut, so it's symbolic. That's awesome. I mean, not so much the fun purging stuff. That's never fun, but that's awesome that you were able to offload what's no longer serving you. That's always the good part. All right. Yeah, it is such a powerful statement to cut your hair. Totally. Hello, Cheyenne. Hello, Linda H. Hello, Stardust. Hello, Amber, Jamie, Michelle Lynn. I hope everyone is doing well. Michelle De Leon was here a moment ago before I had to restart. Hello, Emma. Welcome, welcome. Hope I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, Marlene is here. Hello. Oh, you cut and dyed your hair, Michelle. I can't wait to see it on, well, we're rescheduling for Tuesday since Wrigley's got his Christmas program on Wednesday. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is just my like winter protective style. Don't, whatever we're calling this, but I do have to wash it later today. So I'm going to be doing that because I don't want to show up in braids for like a third basketball game in a row for Wrigley's basketball game later tonight. So after the live stream, I'm going to have some lunch and go wash my hair. Yes. Okay, so let's figure out what we need to know for the number we're going to be putting in the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't wear braids a lot during like the summer or even the spring at all. If it's kind of a snowy, then I will. But it's more of I'll wear them if I have like a stocking hat on. If I'm having a bad hair day or just don't want to do anything too crazy, I will braid my hair. Because, yeah, usually in the spring, summer, and fall, I'll just let my hair hang out and do what it does. It's normally really curly, but it's funny because the more days I go without washing it, and I'll braid it, and then it will become almost like wavy or straight, and I'm kind of here for that because, as a natural curly hair, I don't always get to straighten my hair, which I haven't actually taken a like flat iron to my hair in probably 9 years, 8 years, somewhere in there. It's been a while. So sometimes when I put the braids in, I can get some like more beach waves rather than curls, and that's kind of fun. Okay, so I think we're gonna put the number 222 in the chat. 222. And if it appears that I have skipped you for the free 1-card pull, please just stand by because yeah, I will make sure I get everybody. And sometimes my order on the back end is different than what you're seeing, which is kind of weird, but we roll with it. So yeah, let's go ahead. And I see the first one here is Michelle Lynn with a 222. What does she need to know? Ooh, we have Shamanic Healer, cleansing and attunement. Yes, all that purging you're doing. Yes. And then we have the number 17. So that might be a lucky number for you today, Michelle. All right. For Michelle Lynn, I should say, because I think we got 2 Michelles here right now. Stardust. Your card is number 2, attachment, longing, and desperation. So there might be something you've been longing for and something you've been desperate to hold on to that is actually falling away in your life. But this is to help you kind of come into this detached mode. A lot of times we think, oh, detached, that means I don't care anymore. No, but it doesn't mean that you're putting all your eggs in one basket or attaching to a certain outcome, a situation, relationship, whatever that looks like for you today. All right, Linda, let's get Linda a card. And we have here Archangel Raguel, justice, harmony, and solutions. So you're finding very awesome and creative solutions to any problems, or as I like to call them, opportunities for growth. And speaking of opportunities for growth, in the 2023 prediction, pick a card over in Harmony Portal Tarot, linked below. You can find out what obstacle you are overcoming, what challenge you are overcoming in 2023. We really break it down into 7 areas on that pick a card. So check it out if you haven't already. Of course, when we're done here, of course. But it barely got any attention this morning. So I was just kind of like, oh no. It's kind of par for the course with my channels, though. The year ahead predictions just never do well. But I put a lot of heart and soul into it. So hopefully it resonates with somebody out there. But that was Linda's message. Let's get into, let's see. It jumped. Let me scroll back up. All right. Oh, Michelle loves the purple. Thank you. I scrolled too far up. So thank you. I saw your compliment. Yeah, I feel like Blanche Devereaux every time I wear this shirt. It's actually pretty sparkly. Let's see. We can kind of see it. Yeah, like right here. It's kind of sparkly. So yeah, fun Golden Girl times. You know how they always have those really elaborate, sparkly evening dresses and shirts and stuff with skirts. I loved it. Okay, Jamie Wilson is the next 222, and it fell to the floor. And we have here prophecies and ancient seers, decisions and predictive guidance. So you're getting some prophetic dreams or wisdom coming in and able to discern, really tuning into your intuition to make any big decisions in life, and also like predictive guidance for the road ahead. Just really tuning into that intuition, Jamie, is the name of the game for you. And it's almost like she copied my outfit. Look at this. We're both wearing purple. I love it. And we have the number 18 there, so that might be relevant for you or a lucky number. All right, Michelle De Leon is the next 222. And we have here freedom, number 4, with moving on and letting go. So you are releasing or letting yourself out of the cage with something that might have been holding you back. This could be a relationship situation, just a dynamic, or even a bad habit that you're letting go of. I know you had mentioned you cut your hair and just kind of have a new dye job, new look going on. So that is just you rising to that new elevation. All right, Marlene V, let's get you a card. Marlene V. And we have here our Archangel Raziel with the number 10, new beginnings coming in the form of wisdom, inspiration, and Akashic records. So just being able to tune into your Akashic records, which means just everything your soul has ever experienced in all time, space, reality, and lifetime. So you might be having some very just almost deja vu moments is kind of how this is coming through. But there's a lot of wisdom, and you're feeling very inspired to take life in a new direction or to start something new, maybe just kind of shake up the energy around the home. I know the holidays are kind of a good time to do that because not everybody, but some people, will change out their decor and, put up a Christmas tree if that's something you're doing. Or if you've already done it, then you're already, in line for that. Cheyenne, let's get Cheyenne a card. All right, we have Journey Guide with the number Master 22, or Master number 22. Travel and change in location. They're telling me this is like really resonating for you over the next 6 months. So there's going to be a lot of travel. And even if this is just kind of around your town, traveling or going to different places you really haven't been or places you haven't been for a while, and maybe even a change of location, be it job and also your housing situation over the next 6 months. Very exciting for Cheyenne. All right, Amber. Let's get Amber a card. Oh, we have here with the number 8, teacher, learning, and a new path. So you are learning from some sort of teacher or guide in your life. This could even be your spirit guides. This could be just some random video on YouTube you come across, or, wisdom inside of a book, knowledge that you are gaining. We do have an open book here. There's some sort of learning you're doing and just new path that is opening up to you, possibly to become a teacher of your own. Be this, a teacher for Kashvi or a teacher like in the spiritual realm, like whatever that looks like for you specifically. All right, Emma, let's get Emma a card. Ooh, here it is. And we have your ancestors with the number 28 and historical connections and purposes. So doing some ancestral healing, ancestral clearing would really benefit you today, but also just connecting to those ancestors would really be an awesome thing to do. You're making some historical connections. Emma, this could be something you're researching your ancestry or your family tree, your family line, family lineage, but also tapping into your purpose or, what it is that really lights you up in this life. You're tuning into that today and, coming up in the near future. All right, Jessica Lynn, let's get you a card. All right, we have here the number 12 with elementals. So nature spirits and the 4 elements. So you can work with the elements in any rituals or intentions or spells you're casting today, if that's something that you are into. Just know that pretty much everybody casts spells every single day. We just don't really call it that like in our heads. But when you set intentions for something, that is casting a spell. But yeah, with the 4 elements here, you can work with the elements and the 4 directions, and of course above and below, to really help yourself manifest, but also working with the elementals, the air elementals, the earth elementals, the fire elementals, and the water elementals as well, could really, really benefit you today. And the number 12 might be a relevant number for you as well. All right, so let's see. Up next. Oh, you're working with a spiritual healer too, so it's fitting. That is amazing. Oh, 17 is lucky for Michelle. Isn't that your birthday? Yes. You're born on the 17th. Okay, let me scroll up. My chat completely jumped. So that was Jessica Lynn. Oh, Linda. Oh, it's 1111 for Linda. So I'm looking for a 222. Florence B. Let's get my dear Florence B a card. All right. We have here confusion, past, known, unknown, future, perhaps, maybe, many choices and uncertainty. This is a very Seven of Cups energy. But at the heart of that card is a message of hope. So maybe you have so many options and directions you can go in life, Florence, that you're not quite sure what to do. But when things get confusing, you're going to start seeing the number 13, and that's really going to point out, okay, this is the right path. This is the right track. And also just literally asking, like, inside your head, please, spirit, point me in the right direction. And you're going to start to see sign, symbols, synchronicities pointing you in that right direction. All right. So I hope that resonated. Yes, Brandy Lynn. She's like 222. Yes. All right. And we have here for Brandy Lynn. And does he, okay, anyone who watches Cobra Kai, does he not kind of look like the character Miguel? Like, is it just me? I don't know. I think he looks just like Miguel. So cute. But we have Archangel Zadkiel here with the number 21. 21 might be a power number for you. Self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. And forgiveness of self is mostly what's coming online here. For like, they're showing me like sitting on potential that you didn't break into until recently. And maybe you even thought, man, if I'd have just done this sooner, look how much farther I'd be. But like, no, divine timing is really at play here. So don't beat yourself up for any, time that you perceive as wasted. There's no such thing really as wasted time, but that's really what's coming through. And just accepting yourself for who you are and realizing that you'll make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and that you can easily overcome those with just a lot of hard work. And well, easily and hard, that those are two not synonyms here. Easily. It's simple, but it's not actually easy to overcome our burdens, our obstacles, our past, our whatever it is we got going on. But you got this. All right, and Cheyenne has donated. Okay, I will update that list here very shortly. Canary wants a card. And we have here for you, Canary, 11 with emotional desert, inactivity, and isolation. So the number 11 is a power number for you. So you might be just feeling like kind of like you're on an island, you're on your own. There's not a lot of interaction. And if there is a lot of interaction, it's almost like the connection just kind of is very surface level. And you're really looking for, not to be lonely. You're looking to, establish a deep connection with somebody. And maybe you have been feeling like stuck in a rut or just not really motivated to even know what to do. But this is shifting for you. The fact that this has come through lets you know that it's gotten as bad as it's going to get if it's that's what you're dealing with, and it's going to start really looking up. Yes, Amber's talking about the 1212 portal, because I was just going to say, after the 1212 portal, I see things really opening up. You can really do some major timeline shifting and moving and manifestation during this 1212 portal. It's about tuning into your higher aspect from the inside. Then you will start seeing it reflected in the external world as well. I have chills. I just signed up for a 1212 portal session. It has to do with channeling the divine goddess energy for abundance. So 8 is bang on, and teacher 2. I love it. Let's see. It just jumped again. I love when it does that. Not really, but yeah. Wow, that sounds like fun. Yeah, December reading. Ooh, I actually, Jyoti, I hope I'm saying that right. I actually have a December reading on my Harmony Portal Tarot channel if you'd like to check that out. It's a 3-card, pick a card reading. Well, I use more than 3 cards, but there's 3 piles, 3 selections. The last session, past life reading, was very, very powerful. I've been feeling activations in my throat chakra this full moon. So that reading was bang on. I am so excited. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Yay. Okay, so up next. Okay, now we've got Jyoti here. Oh, 222. Here we go. Nellie's here. Yeah, no, you're right on time, Nellie. All right, let's get Jyoti a card. And we have here conscious steps, considered action, and looking forward. We also have the number 26. That might be relevant to you, or adding that up to the number 10, which equals, the number 1, new beginnings. But this is not just some new beginning you are being thrust into. This is something you are really consciously aware of and really analyzing before you take that leap of faith. But then you're going to start moving forward on some new endeavor, opportunity, new beginning very, very, very soon, Jyoti. Okay. And Nellie wants a card. Get Nellie a card, and then I'm gonna go ahead and update our donation list right after that. Okay, and we have here the healing heart for Nellie with the number 9. So you might be closing out a cycle with someone in your life, maybe specifically around love and romance. But in the middle of that, we also have acceptance. Maybe you're closing out cycles within your own self-love journey. If this doesn't resonate as a person, outside of you, could be having to do with you. But the color yellow would be a power color for you. Also, the number 9, when you see the number 9, not only are endings coming in for you, but also this sense of passion and purpose. These endings have to happen so you can have this new beginning to really step further into your passions and purpose in this life. All right. You're so welcome, everybody. Yes. Did I say 26? Did I say that added up to a 10? Oh my goodness. That would be not what that means. But the fact that I added that up wrong, come on, Amanda. I think, yes, it does represent taking action, but I think it's toward a new beginning because I accidentally said 10. I was almost reading it as 24 instead of 26 or whatever. No, 64 instead of 26. No. Yes, that's right. Yeah, in my head, I'm like 64. 6 plus 4 equals 10. This deck here is one of the new ones that I got on the Hay House sale. It's called Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And I'm literally using it for the first time right now. I didn't even do the review of this that I was going to do on my other channel, my Done Creative channel. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to do much over there. It's just, no matter what I do, it's just dead in the water. So it's very discouraging. I don't know. Oh, you were about to order it. I love it. Steffers 1111. Let's get you a 222 card. Oh, that's too many, but they're telling me this is it, but we will be right back. Grab all these other ones off the floor. Make sure they're facing the right way before I put them back. Okay. So your card is the Emotional Desert card as well. And look, we've got your number there, 11. But this is about inactivity and isolation. So like I had told the other person that just got this card, it's about, if you have been feeling very stuck or like not a lot is happening, or just feeling very isolated and alone, this is shifting. You've kind of hit the bottom of what this is going to represent, and you're going to really start looking up. If this doesn't resonate as people outside of you, this could be just feeling that emotional desert within you rather than outside of you, if that makes sense. But yeah, 11 is definitely your like power number right now for sure. All right, so I hope that resonated for you, and hope I didn't miss anybody. Is there anyone here that I did not pull a card for? If you would like a card and you did not already get a card, please put a 222 in the chat and we will take care of you before we move on to our donations. My phone's over here today because for some reason it did not charge last night on my charger, or it did, it appeared to, but I barely did anything on the phone, and then it just said it was at like 26%, and I wasn't even really on my phone. I'm just like, what? How did it go from like 100 to 26? And I can't even confirm that it was 100. I didn't like check. I just assumed, I think, that it was 100 because it was on the charger all night. Okay, so it's plugged in over there, so I might have to look over there once in a while. I'd plug it in over here, but I only have one outlet, and I don't have an extension with the, what do you call them, the power strip. So I wanted my lights plugged in, so that's what we've got going on over here. And yes, they look horrible. You can see them like hidden in here and stuff, but eventually soon, I'm going to get my lighting situation figured out and my camera situation and the battery situation so that we can have a more ambient and aesthetic experience over here than we have been. Apologies for the horrendous backgrounds you've been seeing. But as you can see, we will get into your card, Sophia. As you can see over here, we got quite a hot mess. And since my Done Creative sign, basically the back came off of it, and that was kind of my sign from Spirit, like, it's over. The Done Creative is over. And now I have nothing to put over there, and I just want to get through the holidays before I really allow myself to get creative over here, if that makes sense. So hopefully, maybe not right at the new year, but soon enough into the new year, we can reclaim the space over here and put the the live stream background where it used to be, where I prefer to be. All right. So Sophia's card is Archangel Raguel with Justice, Harmony, and Solutions. The number 36 here. So that might be a number that's following you around or you're seeing a lot, but also that adds up to a 9. Closing out cycles, quite possibly with problems you've been having where things have been unbalanced or unjust. You are seeing things really coming to fruition that are feeling very fair and balanced. But this is after, I think, a lot of work that you've put in to make things better, especially even in relationships. This is such a Libra energy here on this card. And, the 7th house does deal with relationships and love. So if you've got any imbalances in your love life and, even if you're single and you would like a partnership, that I guess you could consider that an imbalance. But if you're already with someone and, things seem good, but there's maybe just one little thing that you want to tweak with the relationship, that could be that. What that's referring to, it doesn't have to be some big catastrophic problem or anything, but you're seeing a lot of balance, closing out of old chapters and cycles and starting something new. Okay, so Chantel, let's get your card. Ooh. We have here Archangel Raziel with the number 10, Wisdom, Inspiration, and Akashic Records. So I think you really are tuning in beyond the veil to your inner guidance, and your spirit guides are coming in. You're seeing a lot of signs, symbols, synchronicities, maybe even doing some book divination. There's a lot of books here. Just grabbing a random book like this. Okay, we got this one right here over here. Just flipping to a page and reading. Okay, A Blind Woman Can See. China's Psychic Children. Okay, this is like talking about what this chapter's about. A blind woman can see, though. So there's something there that, maybe where you're not using your physical eyes to see something, but you're using your more spiritual eye or your clairvoyance to see. And this is a book called Living in the Heart by Drunvalo Melchizedek, if anyone cared to know what that was. Yeah. So you're also feeling much more inspired to connect to your spiritual side as well. All right, so that is going to do it for our free 1-card pulls to get us started. So I'm going to update my list, which I'm going to scroll back up to, we had 2 before we started. Okay, here it is. So that'll help save me a couple seconds of typing time. And let me go over here to my phone. It's plugged in way over here. Okay. So Cheyenne, 1 card, and Marlene V, 1 card. Okay. One dash card. Okay. That is what we are currently working with. So we will start with Vicky. Is Vicky here? I might have to timestamp that if she is not here. Let's get that out. Get that ready. I can never find a pen. My kids still all my pens. I will use this chopped off pencil. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, Vicky, timestamp is 23:17. And Cheyenne, I think, had mentioned leaving her question or needing a timestamp. Let me go back. No, she isn't. Okay, cool. So I'm timestamping. Let me just double check for Cheyenne. Okay, post her question early as YouTube is messing on her. Okay, so yeah, okay. But you're here, right? I can still timestamp it. I have no problem doing that, but just need to know heads up before I start the reading to be able to timestamp it properly. Okay. Alrighty then. No timestamp, YouTube. Okay, perfect. So Vicky, I am going to head over to PayPal email for her question. Okay. All right. Hi, Amanda. Hope you're well. I am well, and I hope the same for you. My current contract at the university ends in mid-February, and I won't be getting an extension in my current department. Therefore, can I please ask Spirit about my work situation? Will I line up a new job before my contract ends, as I really don't want to be unemployed? Yes, let's tune into that. You started applying for other jobs in November, but haven't not heard back from these companies. Thank you, as always. Can you please kindly timestamp? Okay. It's such a different situation where you're at compared to the US. It's so weird because it's like people are desperate to find help in really high up departments and, the food service industry and retail. Like there's help wanted signs everywhere. Everywhere short staffed. It's just crazy to me that there's that imbalance going on over here, and then over where you're at, it's like you won't hear anything for over a month from people you applied to. But let's tune in specifically to Vicky's energy and her work situation. If she will get a job lined up before her contract ends at the university. Ooh, here it is. Ooh, yeah. Yes, there's an opportunity coming in. And Wheel of Fortune, it's going to pay more money than what you have coming in now. Or if it's not more money, it's just you have more free time or more abundance. You feel more abundant, whatever that looks like. If it's cash money or resources, or maybe you're saving money because it's closer to your home. I mean, this can look many different ways. But let's just see anything she needs to know about this situation, please, Spirit. Finding this job. Is it one she's already applied to, I wonder? 10 of Wands. To me, this is just you feeling a little overwhelmed because, it'd be nice to have something lined up so you can just hop from one place to the next. And I think that when the time comes, Spirit's showing me, when the time comes, you're going to be able to kind of seamlessly flow from one job into another. It just might be that with the holiday rush and everything, there's just a lot going on. And a lot of places will hire, this is more like retail and food service and stuff. They will hire people like on a temporary or like holiday time, and then that job will be over at that point. But a lot of times, once that new year comes in, a lot of people will be looking for new help and just kind of getting on with the new year. With the King of Swords here, this is just you just double checking in that people got your application and, continuing to search for other places to apply, but also checking in. It might feel a little stressful just every, I don't know, a few days or every week or so, just kind of going down the line and checking in with all the places. That lets people know you're serious, that you're definitely interested, and that you're responsible enough to follow up, if you don't hear from somebody. So that would only benefit you in this situation. Just any words of advice of wisdom for Vicky in this job search. But I definitely see you lining something up beforehand. Sacred boundaries. To me, this feels like only applying for the jobs that you know you would want to do, because I'm seeing you possibly applying somewhere and then you'll get that, you'll get a call back on that. And you're like, I didn't really want that one. Okay. So only really applying at the places you could see yourself working or that feel good to you, that feel exciting to you is kind of the name of the game. Let's just see any additional guidance before we close out for Vicky. Okay, we have Tiger. Do something risky, taking a chance. And look. The tiger is leaping over the hand here. So there's a tiger, there's something with the tiger here. I just heard Eye of the Tiger, so maybe even listening to that song as you're applying could help. I don't know, the Eye of the Tiger, I can't even remember who sings that. It's from the 80s. But yeah, take a risk. Maybe even apply for a job that's just a little bit out of your expertise level and just see what happens. You just never know. You might apply somewhere and even though you don't have the credentials, they might be willing to train you. You just never know. Oh, that's one of your gym songs. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love that. Yes, it's such a I'm gonna work out. I think they even used it I've never seen Rocky, the movie Rocky, or any, I know there's lots of Rocky movies, but I want to say they used that song in that movie. I could be wrong though. They used it in some big 80s movie. I do know that. Or maybe multiple. But yeah, I've heard it many, many times. Oh, David Bickler. Okay, thank you so much. I would never have known that. Of course, it's one of those songs I think most people know, but they just never know. Yeah, it's in Rocky. Okay. I thought it was, but again, never seen it. I'm kind of the pop culture oddity. I don't know a lot of movies or TV shows because I just choose not to watch a lot of stuff. So there's me. But I love that song. It's a good song. It makes me yeah, I can do this. Power up. Let's go. All right. So that's Vicky's reading. Let's go ahead and get into our next reading, which is Jamie Wilson. Just let me know that you're here, Jamie. I know you had left your question over on PayPal. Oh, we got an email. Oh, someone commented on my video. It's not a donation PayPal thing. Okay, she's here. Okay, let's read Jamie's question. Bum, bum, bum. Here it is. Okay. Thank you, Amanda, and thank you to our guides. Please tell me about a past life Mickey and I have had together. Does it affect us now? And were our kids there? Ooh, I love this. Okay. So tuning into the most relevant past life that Mickey and Jamie have had together. Yeah, because they're showing me like pages, like flipping like this. This is what Spirit's showing me. Where do you want to start? Like we could start in so many places. You've had many lifetimes together. Oh, we did get another donation right as I said that. So Steffers 1111, I'm gonna add you real quick. But yes, you've had so many lifetimes. Steffers 1111, and there we have it. So we're tuning into the most relevant, or the one that you're going to get the most information out of at this time, or that's the most relevant to your current, life situations. Anything else? Anything else? Anything for Jamie and Mickey's past life? Ooh, yes. This is very interesting because they're showing me this is an off-planet life. This isn't even in this world. So, wow. Yes, you were aliens. Look at that. Look at that. Yes. This is very interesting because they're really directing me up to this eagle. And now they're showing me the color blue. So when the eagle comes in, this feels to me like blue avian energy. So the blue avians are just an amazing, I guess, race of beings. So let's see what you need to know about that lifetime. Any details we can get. Ooh, yes, there was a great love and working together for the common good. They're showing me all these like crystalline tubes. You guys sending these energy through these tubes. They're showing me you had 2 children in this life. Tuning in, they are not the children you have in this life, but very funny. In that life, Jamie, you were the masculine person and Mickey was the feminine. But your father in that life, as you, the male blue avian, your father was your oldest son in this life. So he was your father in that life. Very funny how this all comes out. But yeah, I'm not seeing your youngest in this particular incarnation we're tuning into. But yeah, you guys were sending light through these tubes. They're like crystalline, and it's almost like you go like this and use the energy field, and it creates this crystalline like tube, like energy. Well, these tubes, and then you guys are sending energy through them. You're sending them like to the galactic center. So you're having an experience in our galaxy is what they're showing me. So this is a planet, and I don't even know where the blue avians are from, and they're giving me like some XYLPN X. How I don't know how to pronounce that. That's the name of the planet. XYLPN. Is that even a thing? I have no idea. But they're basically laughing like there's no frame of reference because it's such a different experience and language, and it's more to do with sounds than actual like a language, if that makes sense. It's more interpreting and more telepathic communication that these blue avians would do and you would do in this lifetime. But yeah, this was a very high vibrational lifetime. Not a lot of like conflict or anything like that. No, not a lot of chaos, because this was a lifetime spent in service of not just your planet of XYLPN whatever, but sending that energy out, like in all directions, but mostly like to the galactic center and the great central sun. And they're showing me too. And then the great central sun will take that energy and disperse it where it needs to go. So you did have one point of focus, and then from there it went out. That's okay. I got to decode it, de-stress it in my mind. But let's see what that means for this lifetime. They're already telling me that this means you guys would work really well together. Again, I think we had tuned in that if you do start a business and you have more work than you can deal with, that Mickey could even quit his job and like work the parts of your career that you would rather not. So I don't know if he'd be really good at like the bookkeeping or the taxing stuff or the marketing or whatever it is. But you would definitely work well together. Let's see, anything else she needs to know about this lifetime and now them together? Yes, starting something new. And then look, yes, it's part of your destiny to start something together. I mean, you could technically point to the fact that you've created 2 children together. Technically, that could be what this means. But I'm seeing it going a step beyond that, not just co-parenting together, 2 children, but possibly working together, starting a business. But again, this is just a potential. It doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, because that's where, yeah, that heavy lifting comes in. He can help you with that. Definitely a lot of work invested in this, but look, so much love and emotional fulfillment from building not only a family together, but a business together. Yeah, but really honing and perfecting your skills, your art, your craft, whatever it looks like, to make something amazing. And it's funny because that's not set in stone what this thing is going to be. That's up to you to decide. That's the funny thing here. Spirit's like, haha, she thought we would tell her the answer to the test. Funny thing is, there is no like true one answer. That's for you to decide when the time is right. Let's just see any words of advice or wisdom on this business endeavor or working together. On the back of the deck, look. Yep. Yep. Soulmate energy, working together. Anything else she needs to know, words of wisdom or advice for this business endeavor? Working together. You are what you think. So literally creating a reality out of your thoughts and how you feel about yourself. And of course, Mickey doing the same thing. Absolutely. Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts create real realities for you. So if a thought doesn't feel good, just let it kind of roll on by and bring another thought in that feels better, to really help you line up with what is meant for you, whatever that looks like. So we also have here romance, celebration, and party with fan, and then weeping willow, family sorrow. And I'm really reading this as past energy, that you're overcoming that by really strengthening the bond you and Mickey have and with your children. And to me, the family sorrow is just not being in the ideal living situation. That's really what this is pointing to, and being able to overcome that. And it's very interesting because both of these things have to do with the wind, at least in my mind's eye, because I had a weeping willow growing up, and it's not quite a weeping willow, it's a cascade willow. It's almost exactly the same, but just the branches are slightly shorter and not as weepy. It still weeps though. It still has water coming down. But what I see with this is the wind. There's like some sort of like spiritual force working to help bring you two together and in alignment. Weeping willow is Mickey's deceased mom's favorite plant. Oh my goodness. Then that must be her coming through, like the wind. Because to me, wind and spirit are very closely connected. Look at that. I have chills. You are like precognitively tuning into what I'm going to say or what spirit's bringing through. So I think there's just this whole other level of connection going on today. The veil is very thin. Let's just put it that way. So if you want to connect to your guides today, Jamie, go for it, because they are very close at hand to be able to do so. That's amazing. What a cool reading. I hope that resonated for you. All right. So up next, we've got Cheyenne, I do believe. Let me double check over here since it's not available on that. And then we had another one coming in from Teresa. Just double check. Yeah, it collapsed it. So Cheyenne and then Marlene. Oh, we got a couple. I've got a couple that I got to update here. So I'm going to put these cards back, but Cheyenne is next on the chopping block. And she's already got her question out, so no need to repost it. I will scroll back up for that after I really quickly update our list here. So Cheyenne is up next. And then we have Stuffers. And then let me go over to my email instead of leaning over to get to my phone. Okay, so Stuffers 1111. And then Nellie. And then Teresa. Oh, Kaylin Teresa. Okay. So if Kaylin wants to let us know who she is here in the chat, that would be amazing to help me get your right username here in this donation list. So Steffers, and then I gotta double check my lineup again. So Steffers, and then Nellie, and then Kaylin. Okay. So Nellie and Kaylin I need to add. Nellie, Kaylin. And there we are. Well, have a wonderful day, Jamie. It was good to see you. Thanks again for your lovely donation. Yes, that was so fun. I don't think I've tuned into a Blue Avian lifetime yet. Normally, lately, the lifetimes have been on Earth, or, Lemuria, Atlantis, that kind of thing, but not anything off planet lately. Not to say we never have, but just not lately. But yeah, very cool. Okay, there is our updated list. Hello, Kirsten. Welcome, welcome. And Cheyenne has her question up here. I'm going to take a drink. Okay. A while ago, my brother would borrow 50, is that pounds or euros? I never know. I never know. Um, so some money from you a few weeks ago. Every few weeks. I didn't think much of it, but when my dad got his widow's pension, he began taking money here and there without asking. Can I ask why, please? Wow. That is such an invasion. That is not cool. Not cool, Cheyenne's brother. And okay, so when your dad got his widow's pension, your brother began taking the money or your dad? Because I know you had mentioned your brother was getting the money. Your dad finds it strange as he works as he never been out of a job. Okay, kept thinking it's his girlfriend making him save for expensive holiday and she likes that lifestyle. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't feel your dad energy like stealing that money. Okay, that makes sense. So, or taking it, I guess we would say. So let's find out what's going on with this. Why? Hello, Ethan. Welcome, my dear. Yeah, your brother. Okay. All right, 50 euros. That's the word. Okay, every now and then without permission. Yeah, Prince of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like he felt this sense of entitlement, but also there is someone communicating to him to do this. So I think you're right on with the girlfriend thing. But let's just double check that it's not some other person, that it actually is this girlfriend. Can we get a clearer answer? No, we cannot. It is the girlfriend. It's the person he's romantically involved with that is putting him up to this. Not to say that he's innocent in all this, because he's the one actually doing it. But let's just see why. Like, what is going on with this? Like, why? I mean, if he is doing this because she's telling him, I mean, I guess that's a why. But let's get to the deeper. Yeah, I think this has to do with a past life energy. This is so weird. We were talking about past lives right before this, and this card came out in Jamie's past life reading just now. But what they're showing me is they were living a past life of a husband and wife, like bandits. They're showing me in like the West, like in the US, the United States, in like they're showing me like 1820, 1825, like that was their run. And they're showing me like kind of well known for what they were doing, but I don't know, I can get major chills. But they were actually killed in like, it's very interesting because they told me murder suicide, but it wasn't that, like, it's not like they killed each other because they had any animosity. It's like, well, I'm gonna kill, so it's, the roles were reversed. So the female, your brother's girlfriend in this life, was actually the man in that life, and your brother was the female in that life. So your brother's girlfriend first killed your brother and then himself before the authorities could come in and do it. Wow, that is so weird. So they were like stealing from people. They're showing me like this like wagon train, like a lot of people, and it was just the two of them, and they would sneak up in the night and rob and cheat and steal and sometimes kill people to get what they wanted. Just taking whatever they needed and wanted, whether that was goods or gold. They're showing me a lot of gold, jewelry, things like this. Wow, very entitled. Oh, it's so strange. I don't see why he jumped from me and then to my dad. Very entitled. She's from a wealthy background, is very dominant. Yeah, I'm not even surprised. They're both difficult in this life. Let's just see what else Cheyenne needs to know in this current life about this situation. So they're already showing me to have a better hiding place for your money. I think that goes without saying. But flipping the script, taking what they expect to be there and it's not there. They're gonna wonder, and you might even hear them. Well, your brother say something like, "Oh, did you move this or did you do that different?" Or just kind of trying to skate around the question he actually wants to ask. But what Spirit's already coming through to let you know is, do not loan him any more money. That's done. And if anything, start communicating or asking him to start repaying the money he's already taken, if that's at all possible. Oh, you take it from his bank account. He got the details when dad was drinking. Okay. So I would say, yeah, I think they're just, it's really tied into that past life of even when they were being those bandits or those thieves, they had more than they needed, but it was almost like the rush of it, like the rush of, putting people in that awkward position and things like this. Love you, Sandy. Hello. But let's just see anything you need to know about why, or things you can do. You might even have to go down to the bank and get a new account, like, because we need to cut them off. Like, that's like spirit, and we, not like me, we, but like we meaning your spirit team and you. We need to cut them off. This should not be okay, because you are someone who works very, you work for your money. You deserve to keep your money and not just have it taken from you. Yes. Look what's coming. Period of prosperity and abundance. This is you. This is a big energy leak that you may not have even realized was going on. Obviously, you know now. But this is you putting an end to that. Saying no more to the free flow of this money energy and cutting it off. Literally cutting it off. So you'll probably have to go down, and I know it's a chore and a hassle for you to have to go do this, but it's much better than him having just free flow access. Because who's to say at one point they want to up the stakes, and instead of taking 50 pounds or euros, I should say, they take 100 or 200 or 300. Like, who's to say? So yeah, I would say get that locked down as soon as you can. Shocked that they just take it for desire. Actually helped him through college a few years ago. Thought he was there for me. Yeah. And again, I really do see that this girlfriend colors his perception. Like, him on his own would never do something like this. But with her influence and her saying things, golden opportunity to pick up where they left off in that other lifetime. Which, it's not great for you. It's not even great for him. And I don't see that their relationship in this life is going to be like a long-term, let's get married, let's have children, let's be together for so long. Yeah, so strange, right? Yeah, it's just, but when she's out of his life, I think he's really going to see what he did and feel really bad about it. And he may even, if he doesn't pay you back before then, eventually, it feels to me he will pay you back. Been together 11 years. Yeah, she's really got his hooks in him. So it might be a while before they break up, but I do see them not being together forever. Yeah, he gives it back to you. Yeah, I really do hope. I really am hoping. That is just not a good vibe at all. So sorry you're going through that, Cheyenne. Oh, he hasn't returned it to your dad. Yeah. Well, hopefully you can get some communication going, or your dad can talk to him and we can get that squared away, because that's just not fair. Not cool at all. Aw, big hugs, Cheyenne. Yeah, it's not so much even the money. It's how your brother could be so brazen and just hurtful. Like, that's not cool. Aw. All right. Thanks again for your donation, Cheyenne. So Marlene is next. She's donated for a 1 card. And then we got Steppers, Nellie, and Kaylin on deck after that. So Marlene, you're so welcome. Okay, I've been contemplating changing my brokerage. I don't feel there was support and guidance that I expected or felt was promised. Maybe it's more on my end. Need to do more. Any words from spirit? Let's tune in. Find out. Whew. We've already got something coming out. Well, we got 3 of Cups in reverse. So 3 of Cups upright is you feeling supported and heard and seen and loved and adored. This is usually a soul family card, but the fact it's in reverse, you don't feel seen, you don't feel supported, you don't feel guided. So that's very telling. And it's funny because I shuffled these right side up, but that one flipped out in reverse. So already off the top, I would say shifting or changing that brokerage would be your best bet. Absolutely. I think you've already intuitively tuned into that, and then that's what you're going to do. But let's just see anything else you need to do besides just shifting this to a new brokerage or changing it up. Okay, yeah, changing it will bring things back into balance for you. Absolutely, it will. It just, yeah, I would say just do it. Just change it or shift it, or I don't even really know how brokerage stuff works, but yeah, it's a completely new field for me. I feel I need that guidance. Yeah, there might even be some sort of I don't know, because there are like people you can go to that have these businesses that, especially like a self-starter type of person, that you can get a contract written up that they could actually help you And so you're not dealing with some big company, you're dealing more with like a one-on-one situation. But let's see what else we have. We have excitement with firecrackers. So you're going to find an opportunity. Yes, in need of assistance and guidance, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So this person could be a helping hand to you that you expected to get in this first instance with brokerage, but didn't get. And then we have Rose with romances in the air. But, this doesn't have to be romantic, so to speak, but you just feel more supported and more connected to, what's going on with your money and all of this with a new person or a new firm. If it is like a new brokerage firm of some sort, it's on a smaller scale than the one you're currently dealing with. And they're going to be much more hands-on to help you and guide you and, let you know what you need to do and assist you if you need help. And that's what this other place should have been doing, but just didn't. Or maybe, I don't know, if you read the fine print of something, you just never know. Oh, you're at a small one right now. Yeah, that seems to me pretty small with 23 agents. But maybe you're finding one even smaller than that. We've got here bags, something important such as a new job or a raise. So yeah, it's almost like you're putting that trust in a new brokerage. And then lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. And then table, hard work ahead. So to me, I'm not seeing this as like a big warning or anything, but just more, instead of directing like, resentment and anger and everything at this small firm that you're already at, take that energy and use it to find or manifest somewhere that will work even better. Yeah, you think she's too busy to help. That could be. Let's just see one more word of advice. Because someone else is going to be able to help you. Like you're in better hands with someone else than who you're currently with. Yeah, inner truth. So do what feels right to your soul, your intuition, and you're going to be much better off. So I would say you're already intuitively tuned in that you need to shift or make a change here, and you're right on with that. So yes, follow that inner guidance. All right, I hope that resonated for you, Marlene. Sorry things aren't working out. It's just like, frustrating. All right. So up next, we got Steffers 1111, and then Nellie on deck, and then Kaylin after that. So take a drink of my water. These over here. So Steffers 1111. Oh, we had another donation come in, which is somebody. Well, it said it did. Maybe it was just a delayed one from before. That could be. So funny how that is. Yeah, I think it was just a delay from earlier. Okay, and I'm going to double check that Steffers, yeah, she didn't leave her question. Nellie did leave her question in the chat here, or in the PayPal, in my email. So when the time comes, Nellie, I won't have to ask for your question because it's already there. All right. So Steffers 1111. Hey, Amanda, been feeling burned out lately. Just wondering what's next for me, career-wise, especially if Spirit has a message for me. Okay. Career-wise especially, but any other messages Steffers is open to. So tuning into Steffers and her career and anything she needs to know. Yeah, it's almost like you're burned out because there's no emotional connection to the work you're doing anymore, or even like a sense of purpose or passion behind what you're doing. Doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. It just might mean you're just in a cycle of life where it's just not really, filling the cup, so to speak, or really filling the void, I guess we could even say. But doing some spiritual introspection can really help you either figure out if, hey, maybe I'm going a new direction, because this could be a new opportunity here with this Ace of Cups, a job that would be even more emotionally fulfilling to you, or you just finding a way to enjoy the job you're already doing more. But I really do see you shifting, maybe not right away, but like into the new year, like March, April, May is kind of the timeline they're giving me, that where you're really serious about looking for something that does really fill that emotional cup for you, that really gives you this sense of purpose in your life. And even during the job, you might be, even if you're not doing a job specifically like what I'm doing, you're really using your gut instinct and your intuition to do the job itself, maybe even to find or come across the job. You're just following your heart, following your intuition. Let's just see anything else she needs to know specifically in her career until she can move in this new direction. Anything to kind of bridge the gap. Yeah, Queen of Wands. And this is that really motivated, really inspired, really creative queen. So this is about finding ways, maybe even when you're not working, to really tune into, what lights me up. If it has nothing to do with work, do something at home that really lights you up and fills that cup up, that inspires you, brings you joy, brings you happiness, because that is going to help you, bridge the gap between where you're at, because it puts you on a higher timeline. This is something that as humans, we just don't understand. We are creative beings. And it's only in the era of TV and movies and social media that we now think, well, I can't create art if I'm not good at art, because people are going to see that and then they're going to laugh at me. Or I can't do this craft or that, whatever it is, because I'm not an expert at it. Well, back in the day, of course, there was a lot of hard work and, people doing a lot of things. Yes, I can definitely timestamp for you, Nellie. Totally. People would do their work during the day, but then there was other like little hobbies. Like I'm seeing a lady in all the skirts embroidering. And it wasn't because, a lot of times they would give these things that they were creating as gifts, but what she was doing was something that really filled her cup. This was something she would really enjoy. And usually it was after all the hard work of the day was done. And then she would sit down and do something that really felt good to her, just tuning in. And it's funny because they're telling me that was you in a past life. So I don't know if you're someone who embroiders in this life, but in a past life you loved, they're showing me, it's very interesting. They're showing me kind of on the border of Montana and South Dakota in the early, like 1900s, like late 1800s going into early 1900s. It's very interesting, which I didn't even realize, thinking that was even inhabited at that time by but they're showing me a lady with long kind of dirty blonde hair, but it was like done up in like a bun, like braided and then put up in like a bun, and you had a family and like a little like log cabin, and you just loved to embroider. So like kind of on the border of like Montana and South Dakota is what they're showing me. Very interesting. But just tuning into your passions when you're not at work can really help put you in alignment with a job that's going to match that vibration of you feeling in your creative center, your creative flow. Even if it has nothing to do with the current job or the future job you're getting, just you doing those passions, those creative endeavors and passions, or just something that you love to do that fills your time. Because they're showing me like a Sudoku. I can never say that word right. Sudoku or Sudoku. I never know how to say it. I love doing them, but I never know how to pronounce it. Filling in all the numbers. That's also another way you can get in the flow, because it takes you out of your head as far as, thinking about, oh, I burned out, I don't like this job, and just really putting you into something that is more in alignment with you. Let's see. For sure, I definitely need creative outlet outside of work because I don't have that in my current job. Yeah, and I think you're someone who thrives when you have a little bit, if not a lot, of creative control when you're at work. Yeah, you're about to shine. So literally, that's what this queen is doing. Look at all the flames around her. We got a candle here. So do something when you're not at work that really lights that, inner creative well specifically, or just a mental well that kind of calms you down and gets you in a zone, whatever that looks like. That's something that's not like TV or social media. This is some, doesn't involve any kind of technology, unless you're doing some sort of like digital design on a computer or something, then that would count as a creative thing, if that makes sense. I'm just saying, like, not watching movies and stuff, but something you're actively creating or making happen. Let's get one from this deck as well. Anything else Stuffers needs to know between now and this new opportunity? Yeah, intuition. You're already going to be tuned into that intuition so well. And we got here the Blue Lotus, number 5. Big changes are coming even to the way you do connect to your intuition. The more you put yourself in this creative flow, that intuition is just going to feel very like second nature to you, and it's going to flow in. If you can get your hands on a blue lotus, I would say that would be like a power flower for you. Oh, you do content creation in Instagram, so I need to focus more on that. See, that to me is a creative outlet that you could use, technology for. But what Spirit was showing me was just like scrolling Instagram or scrolling TikTok or watching Netflix. Those are not the creative flow we're talking about. But if you're creating content, that's different. So yes, you're right on with that. So yeah, I would say really lean into that, because that'll help you get on this timeline where you're going to line yourself up with a work opportunity that is much more in the creative flow that you're creating. And yes, claim your power. There's that tiger energy. This has been very strong today. I love it. All right. So I hope that resonated for you, Steffers, and best of luck on the job hunt, because I do see you hunting for a new job, because the one you're in right now just isn't doing much for you creatively anymore, if it ever did. So you're going to be on the hunt for something that feels much more creatively supportive to you. At least a compensatory, is that a word? At least a compensatory, is that compensatory? Yes, I think that's the word I'm trying to find. Like pay. So it'll be at least on par with what you're making, if not possibly more. Yes, fingers crossed for you, Steffers. All right. So up next, we've got Nellie, who I'm going to timestamp and read her question, but I'm going to update my list real quick. And then Kay, I think, had mentioned she is Kaylin. So thank you for letting me know. Okay. So then we have Get to Leka, and then that is a 1-card read. And then from Amber. Okay, so Get to Leka 1 card and Amber. Toleka. I gotta spell it right. And that's a 1 card. Oops. And then Amber. Okay. There's our list. And I'm going to go over timestamp first. Let me do that. Nellie, 10116. 10116. Okay. Going to your question. So Nellie says, I'm going to be moving back to Idaho at the end of January, and my person and I have been spending time together when I've been visiting lately. He said some things to me the first time we hung out that he'd never said to me before. I'm trying not to get my hopes up or read into it, because we both know how this has gone before, but I'm trying to just enjoy the time. But I am wondering if there are any messages that I need to know from Spirit regarding this or the move. Okay, I love it. So let's tune in for Nellie. Tuning into Nellie and her person's energy, and of course the energy surrounding this move at the end of January. So specifically about the move, I kind of want to maybe break this down into 2 1 card. I never do 1 card. Let's be honest. We're going to be doing maybe 2 more shorter messages within one, if that makes sense, to equal one big reading. So specifically on the move first, let's tune into that energy. Okay, yes. This is going to really creatively inspire you and just be such a breath of fresh air, because I think your energy is much more supported in the Idaho area you're planning to move than it is where you're currently located. So that's going to be, there might even be some fun surprises that are coming to you. Very interesting. A fun surprise might be that your person is also going to be moving to the same area. But again, I don't think it's going to be, if it does happen that way, I'm not saying it is, but possible potential here. But if that does happen, I don't see him moving there right when you do. This could be May, June, July. Like, that's kind of the time frame they're giving me. If that happens, it's almost like instead of you going to move where he's at, he's going to move to go to where you are this time. So let's see. Anything else Nellie needs to know about this move? Specifically. Ooh, we have 2 of Cups. Soulmate energy. So if this is not referring to your person, then this is referring to the fact that, this right here is a relationship. So this might be referring to the fact that you and your person are going to be official, A. Or B, you're meeting more soul connections. This could be soul family, soul brother, soul sister. It doesn't have to be romantic. So doesn't mean you have to kick your person to the curb to make room for some new romantic endeavor. Although that also being said, you've got so many potentials right now, Nellie. Like, you're at like a crossroads. This is Very exciting energy though. Hello, Scarlett. Welcome. Um, there's a lot of potentials here, but to me, it feels like you're in the flow with the universe when, especially when you make this move at the end of January, you're really tuning into what's best for you. Because really, Nelly, what's best for you actually supports everyone else around you because you're in your highest vibration. And that's when you can benefit people more, is when you're in your highest vibration. Yeah. And you're going to be able to see beyond the past. Even if there's been certain patterns established in your relationship, or when you used to live in this area, you're not operating as the same exact person. Yes, you might have some similarities, but if you look at the mirror image here, it's a completely different swan. It's a white swan instead of a black swan. So it's almost like, a divine, like a union of your own inner divine masculine, divine feminine. If you want to talk twin flame journey, we're all on a specific twin flame journey of divine masculine, divine feminine within ourselves. Some people also have a twin flame incarnated in the world, and others have their twin flame beyond the veil. Some people even argue that there's multiple fractals of us that are twin flame energy, like not like triplet flame or quadruplet flame. Like, I don't know. I haven't tuned into the energy of that to know much, but I don't know if you've been doing a lot of research on twin flames, or just even that self-love journey or union of your own divine masculine, divine feminine energies. But this move is really going to help you move past how you used to operate, where you're at right now, and also when you used to live in Idaho before. And yes, big transformation. Big, like Phoenix rising from the ashes. You don't have to live the way you used to in this same area that you did in the past. You're on a whole new trajectory, whole new timeline for really creative stuff and exciting stuff to come in, because you're just in a better place mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and all of the above. Yes, self-love, self-respect, self-value, self-love, worth, all of that. And the number 11 might be relevant. So to me, that might be February 11th. Something really magical might happen on February 11th. And they really rarely ever give me dates. So that's pretty important. Mark your calendar just to see. Just write in your phone calendar that Amanda said something important would happen on, I almost said November 11th, but I meant February 11th. Very funny. Okay, so now let's tune into the energy of the relationship, which, very funny, we were really tuning into that energy, even just asking about the move. So I think it's very interconnected. So let's see. Things are in a good place with this connection so far right now. Let's just tune into the near future of this connection. I told you they were connected. I told you they were. This is new love. This is an offering of new love, or a potential or opportunity for this to become more than what it is and what it has been in the past. Yes. It's almost like you knew intuitively, Nelly, when you created your question, that these two questions couldn't really be separated. The move and the relationship just are so intertwined. But like I said, this is letting us know that the best potential, or the biggest potential here, is that your person might possibly move to where, the Idaho area you're going to be in as well. That is so exciting. Anything else Nelly needs to know about this connection in the near future? Yeah, the Chariot literally moving, him making a decision to move, but also you moving, making a decision to move is kind of making him move as well, energetically speaking. But this is a card of success. So whatever it is you're putting your rubber where it meets the road, you're coming out with some really good stuff. And I love to see the Four of Swords here, particularly because, there's all this exciting, new beginning energy. But you're balancing that out with really taking the self-love, self-care route as well, taking care of yourself, especially after just thinking, in the other part of your reading about overcoming the past, or not, seeing beyond the past and not getting stuck in, when things didn't work out with this way before with the move or the relationship, or it just never developed the way I wanted it to. You're really taking care of yourself on such a deeper level that it's almost like the relationship comes because you've been doing that inner work. It's so powerful. But ultimately, the biggest potential timeline shift for Nelly in this relationship, what is the most probable timeline outcome with this relationship? Yeah, we got the moon. So they're like, haha, good one, Amanda. We've given you enough information. The yes, most likely potential, we could tune in. But they're really saying, Nelly, you're in the flow of the universe right now. So whatever it is you would like to manifest really is what you're going to be able to manifest. But really trying to keep your mind positive and not look for, with the moon, we can sometimes, you know, see things for what they are not rather than what they are for. But also on the flip side of the moon, it's also very intuitive. So I would just say trust your intuition in this relationship, within any future soulmate, friend, family, romantic dynamics in your future when you do eventually move. Just use your intuition and just allow that to be your guide. So very interesting. Yeah, let's get one more. Just any ultimate words of advice or wisdom for Nellie and her person. Ooh, surrender to receive. Yes, because I think before you were kind of in this mode of, I want to make this happen. I want to make this happen, which I don't blame you. Of course you want to make this happen, but you just kind of almost surrendering to, it is what it is. Okay, if we're going to be friends, okay, I'm here for it. Let's do this thing. And it's almost like the second you made that choice, a switch flipped, and now he's kind of more on your radar, or you're more on his radar, I guess we could say, and he's more willing to move forward in the direction of this relationship that I know you've wanted it to go for a while. So just surrender to receive. And I think that's what you're doing, is even though it may seem that you're moving away from him, really you're coming closer. If that can make sense, it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. But yes, this is exciting. So just, yeah, things are happening very quickly. Almost so quickly you're like mentally trying to wrap your head around, like, what, like how? And then wow, like it's exciting stuff. This does not mean 100% guaranteed that he is going to make the move as well, but the potential is very highly likely, or at the very least he's going to visit you often enough that it almost feels like he lives in the same area as you, if that makes sense. So Nellie, just keep moving forward and following your heart and listening to that intuition, because it is going to take you to some really great places. You're going to feel so much inspiration, especially after this move, just in your personal connections, not just in your like love life, but like with your friends, with other, coworkers, whatever it is you got going on. You're just going to feel more in the flow of life and more connected to people than you have maybe even for years, or if ever, in this life. So get ready. Get ready to receive. I love it. Okay. Oh yeah, we already did do the one card pull, but here's a hot tip. If you scroll kind of back to the first 20 minutes or so, and you just kind of randomly select a point between that 20 minutes, I'd say maybe after about the 5-minute mark, because I like to talk at the beginning. So anywhere from like 5 minutes to 20 minutes, and you just hop in on someone else's reading energetically, that can work for you. I've done that before. So yeah, kind of make it like a pick a card in a way. That's a way you can kind of tweak to get a little free reading there. Okay, so yeah, try it out, see how it works. Okay, so that was Nellie's question. Hope it resonated. And let's see, Kay is next, and she's got her question out. I'm gonna take a quick drink of water. I hope you're all having a fine Friday thus far. I know I'm having a great day. Just getting to be live with you guys is like my happy place, so it's very exciting. All right, so Kay, tuning into Kay's energy. Oh, and Florence has made a donation. Awesome. I will update my list right after we are done with Kay's reading. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. That's a lot of wells. Okay, so Kay would love to know how Eli R is feeling toward her currently. Not really going, no, not really ongoingly talking. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so he might be focused on other things rather than just, you or having a relationship, if that's something that you had in the past or were hoping would have happened in the past. He might have had some family trauma, family drama, maybe even the loss of someone in his family, or just a lot of, because they're kind of giving me like a death energy. Doesn't mean someone had to die in his family or his close inner circle, but it's like a grief energy of just a lot of heaviness, a lot of worry, maybe about someone's health or something. Could also be interpreted with the way spirit kind of sometimes gives me the symbols they give me. But there's a lot of tears, there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of just feeling stressed out about whatever he's got going on in his just day-to-day life. But tuning specifically into the connection between Kay and Eli R, how is he feeling toward her currently? Yeah, the moon. He might even be a little confused. And again, I think it has to do with just the fact he's so emotionally and maybe even mentally overwhelmed. Yeah, and in a relationship, that could definitely be that death energy, the death of a relationship. Absolutely. So he might be just very confused, especially the end of a relationship. He could be grieving the loss of that relationship, but also hopeful for a future with possibly someone else. But also maybe there's that reconciliation, thought going round and round in his head. He's very in his head though. And wherever, if you know where his moon is placed in his astrology chart, anytime the moon returns to itself in his chart personally would be the best time for you to contact him, or most likely where he would actually contact you. If you don't know that information, that's okay. That's just a little, I guess, Easter egg spirit is giving with this connection. But what does Kay need to know in regards to Eli R about, reaching out, about communication, about a potential future together? Ooh, there might be some potential for you guys to go on a date or go to some sort of party or get together if that's possible. If that's not possible, if you're like, at a distance from each other, this could be like meeting up on Zoom or, FaceTime or something like this. I really do feel though you would probably have to be the one to reach out to him because again, he's all up in his emotions and feelings. Not to say he wouldn't reach out to you, but I'd say the likelihood that he would be less than the likelihood of you actually reaching out. Yes, we can definitely do your reading at the very end. Totally. But yeah, there might be some gathering or get together that you're attending together, or if you're not in the same area, then going out like online, if that makes sense. Yeah, Queen of Wands. So this is really letting me know that you just really tuning into what you want on a deeper level, like life purpose vibes and career and your creative endeavors and your like personal and self-development, self-love journey, and just really focusing on you. Kind of dating you is going to make you even more, I guess, mysterious and what's the word? Like enticing or exciting for Eli R and maybe even other people, not just his energy. Because I see they're showing me like a shadow on the periphery, like someone that might become attracted to you because you're dating yourself. You're treating yourself the best you can, and you're just showing up in your highest state because you're really loving yourself. Um, so to me, this is you just really just going all out and treating yourself like the queen that you are. And then that's going to attract that king to you, whether that is Eli or that other person kind of on the peripheral of your life. I don't know if you intuitively are already kind of tuning in who that other person could be. But if not, very soon, they're showing me wow, very, very interesting. They're showing me 111. So January 11th. And it's very funny because earlier we got February 11th for Nellie's question. But yeah, between now and January 11th, maybe even on directly January 11th, there's a new, love energy in town. Yeah. Whether this is Eli's energy or some other person, you're gonna know. You're tuning into your own intuition to know what's going on here. But yeah, this is an emotional connection with someone. Oh, your birthday's in January. Maybe you're going out for your birthday and you're asking if someone wants to go with you. Could be Eli, could be someone else. And you're making some sort of connection. Let's see. Anything else Kay needs to know about Eli R and her connection, or just words of advice or wisdom for the future of this connection? Ooh, we have almost there and see beyond the past. So if there were things that were holding this connection back in the past, this is just moving on or kind of letting those things go or doing any introspection and healing you need to around those areas so that you can get on with the rest of your life. Basically, you're almost there. You're almost healed enough to be able to really move on in a way that is serving you much better than any connection you had to him in the past. And even if that connection you had to him in the past was one of wanting a relationship that just never worked out, well, things are shifting. Things really are shifting. Let's just get one more. Let's go to the tea leaf. Anything else Kay needs to know about this connection? Ooh, we have here happiness and claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. So I would just say, as far as this relationship goes, don't try to make things happen too fast. Just, very in the flow, really read his energy, use your intuition with, where he stands, if he wants a relationship, if he wants to kind of just talk for a while, and just kind of read the room before you really just dive all in on it. But there is a lot of happiness coming in this connection, whether that looks like you two eventually getting together or just having like a friendship that develops, into something more. There's happiness here, but just be careful not to take too many risks, at least initially, as things are, he's going through some things of his own right now that I just don't think he's quite ready for a full on whatever it could potentially be. He's just not ready yet. Not to say he never will be, or that it will be a for sure thing that he will be, but in the current energy, there's definitely a potential that this could develop into a full on relationship eventually. But for now, just kind of play it by ear, see what happens, really date yourself. And that will, not that that's why you're doing it, but it will make you more attractive to other people. Not just like romantic attraction, but like, people at work or people, around you are just like, wow, you're really glowing. You just seem really happy. And, it's just a good thing to really treat yourself, date yourself, love yourself, do all the good things for yourself. Yeah, so that's kind of the vibe you're in now, and being able to manifest the life you want as a result of treating yourself the absolute best is what you're working on. So I hope that resonated, Kay. Big hugs to you. Thanks again for your donation. Thank you so much. Been feeling like I should be focusing on myself. Yep, absolutely, Queen. Queen of Wands. You're really embodying that Queen of Wands energy. So maybe even looking up the Queen of Wands tarot card and just kind of doing like a self-study of that card to really start channeling that beautiful Queen of Wands energy to really help you out. As far as just you feeling your best, like the best version of you that you possibly can be in all areas of life. That's what you're kind of being called to do. So, yeah, I'm so glad it resonated for you. All right. So I'm going to double check our donation front over here. Okay, so Amber had mentioned she wants to go last, so we will bump Florence up a notch. Florence. So Gitaleka is next, and then Florence is on deck. And then Amber will be rounding out for the end of the readings, unless we get any other donations between now and the end of the readings. Okay, let me just double check I didn't skip anyone here. Nope, we're good. We're up to date. Okay. Messages from your future self to me. I love that. Okay. Just get to Leka's future self have any beautiful, loving messages or just anything she needs to know. Anything at all for her from her future self. Ooh. New opportunity coming in hot. Yeah, there's going to be an opportunity. This might even be some sort of like just kind of last minute. Oh yeah, let's go over here. Let's try this. Somewhere you're going could even be a trip. Doesn't necessarily have to be a big, fully planned vacation. This just could be because to me it feels like a very last minute opportunity that comes up and you're like, yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do that. So this could be somewhere you're going, a store you're going to, and then you find something that you purchase that's really going to change your life in a good way. But again, just a potential for this opportunity. And it's funny because it's almost showing like raining down all these coins. So to me, your future self is letting you know you're not limited to one opportunity. There's many, like showering with really great opportunities coming in. So maybe it's very funny. Now your future self is showing me you, like when you're in the shower, just imagine that that water coming down and showering you with abundance, opportunities, happiness, soul growth, just all the good things. And that'll really help you start your day off on the right foot. Let's just see. Messages from Gitaleka's future self to her current self. Ooh, yes. And even speaking into reality what you want to experience could really start benefiting you. So this is something I've been kind of talking about, shouting from the rooftops for a minute now, is just setting intentions. And I think we had even talked about that with, setting intentions over your food and, all that you already do that. So it's like you're just kicking it up yet another notch to really set these intentions because you're coming out on top. This could be, with this combination right here, could be some sort of promotion, raise. You're that authority figure, even if it's not an official title. People around work, around, your friend circle, your family are just seeing you as this, kind of maybe even unspoken leader of the pack, leader of the group. Oh, you do that for sure when you shower. I love that, Amber. Yeah, that's such a powerful thing you can do. And also just picturing all the things that are not serving you, kind of, sloughing off of you or going down the drain with the water. Such a powerful visualization you can do. Yeah. Any other future self messages for Gitaleka? Yeah, look at this. Another opportunity. So we've got a material world, something you can taste, touch, see, smell, or hear opportunity. And we also have an emotional, like fulfillment, like a new beginning with your emotions, a fun surprise, news, maybe even hearing that a family member is having a child or some fun news with a family member's child. It could be like a graduation or a, really high marks on our, like we call them here a report card. I'm not sure what you guys call them in India. But, really good grades in school. There's just some really good news coming in about a younger family member. So that could be, any family member at all that's younger than you. There's some good news coming in regarding them. I'm also seeing this is like love. And I don't know, very interesting. They're showing me like a nest with eggs in it. So I don't know if any of your birds are like breeding, like have like ability to breed or what, but there could be some new birds. So if that's not like literally birds you already have are, birthing babies, with their eggs, could be that you're getting another bird, quite possibly. Oh yeah, report card. Okay, that makes sense. So let's see. One more card. Anything else? Oh, birds have laid eggs. I love that. That would be so fun to see. I have sea monkeys. If you guys don't know what they are, they're basically brine shrimp. But they are so fun. I have 4 little sea monkey tanks downstairs, and I keep meaning to move them up here. I'm gonna probably put them on that shelf right there. And they've got these like lights and stuff, so they get sunlight. But they are so fun to watch. And I just had some new babies hatch like probably last night, but I just noticed them today, and I was just so excited. Look, we also have ginkgo with a breakthrough, and there's a crow here as well. So you might even be getting some messages from birds outside your home. So a message from your future self. It's like sending you sign symbol synchronicities surrounding birds, messages for you to have a mental breakthrough where you're just like, oh wow, I didn't ever think, this could be just an epiphany, an aha moment coming in as well. Yeah, sea monkey. They're called Artemia, I think is their like scientific name. Let's see, like this. So you can look up what they look like. They're kind of fun. Artemia. And there's even a guy called Artemia Daddy here on YouTube. And his channel's fun to watch. If you're like, what are sea monkeys? I don't know what this is about. But they were kind of like a mail order pet that kids would get when I was a kid, and even before I was born. Like they used to advertise them in comic books. They're kind of a. It's funny because they feed these little brine shrimp to fish. They're basically fish food, but they're just so fun. I could never feed them to a fish myself because I think they're fun to watch, and they spin in circles, and they're really cute. Yeah, they are so funny. Just fun to watch. And we also have transformation here for you, Gitaleka. So yeah, breakthrough and transformation. There's some really good stuff. And yet another bird. Look at this. This is like a phoenix kind of rising from the ashes vibe is what I'm getting from this bird here. So wow, such powerful messages from your future self. I love it. Yeah, and then peaceful warrior with milk thistle. So again, with the 23, big changes. And there was a 5 here with, or wait, no, that wasn't a 5. For some reason, I want to call that a 5. It's a 39, which adds up to 12, which adds up to 3. So creative changes are coming to your life. Really cool. All right. Okay. It is getting super hot in here because my heater just kicked on below my desk here, and it's like, All right. So up next, we've got Florence B, and she might have already posted her question. I will double check. And I'm going to also double check that we didn't get any other donations. Oh, your date of birth is also 5. I love that. Yes, that is so cool. Okay, yeah, the most recent one I have is Florence here. So Florence is next, and then we will round it off with Amber unless we get any other donations between now and then. And Amber wanted to go last, so yes. So Florence, I'm going to double check that we have your question. Reading, would like to get a message from my guides. I love it. Okay. What message does Florence guides have for her today? Tuning into Florence's energy. What does her wonderful guidance team need her to know right now? Ooh, we have Ace of Swords. So you're getting very clear cut, like wisdom or knowledge about something. Or there might even be something that you've been thinking about studying. Now would be a perfect time to dive in and start looking into these things, or maybe even just researching how to get started on something that you've wondered about. But also, anything that you've been confused about, you're getting that clarity, and that confusion is like the fog is lifting, the clouds are parting, and the sun is coming out to where you can really start to see clearly what it is you want to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish it. So what else does she need to know? And if there was any questions you've kind of had on your mind, you're getting a big yes if it's a positive thing. Like if you want the answer to be yes, you're getting a big yes, because the aces also represent a yes in the tarot. You're excited, you don't even know why. Almost like my inner child is jumping out of me. I just got this big rush of excitement too. I'm just like, Florence's question. And I don't know why. I was really starting to feel it also in Get to Lekka's question. So maybe we're just being flooded with some really beautiful cosmic energy. Yes, I think that's the case. But for Florence, look, you've got a lot of inner power that's coming to the surface for you to utilize. She's holding a magic wand here. It's almost like your wish is your own command. Like you are getting so much wisdom and guidance and clarity. Thank you so much for your donation for your one card. We'll get you on the list here very, very soon, Scarlett. But you're going to be able to make some pretty significant changes. They're telling me between now and March. So this is almost like a, 3-ish month reading for you, Florence. Over the next 3 months, I'm just feeling so much excitement, just like Amber is. I just want to like jump up and down, feel excited. Now they're showing me like a kid jumping on a trampoline. So there's a lot of, and Scarlett's feeling it too. Oh my goodness. So this is not just Amber, not just me. We're all feeling it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, such an inner child card, or like energy, not card, coming up. So really indulging in that, allowing that inner child to come out to play and indulging in the things that you even enjoyed as a child, even if you're kind of adultifying them. Something I used to love, and I mean love to do. My grandma had all these old magazines and catalogs, and she'd give me the big stack of catalogs and magazines and a pair of scissors, and she'd just let me go to town. I'd cut out like bedroom scenes from the catalog, and then I'd cut out a lady or a little girl, and then I'd put the little girl on the bed, and I cut out all these toys, and like I love playing like paper dolls and stuff like that. And I'd create all these like just vignettes and scenes with this stuff. But a way for me to adultify that project. I don't even know if they're over here. I think they're downstairs. Yeah, they're downstairs. But I have these little things here. And I have even bigger ones that are more this size as well. Just blank cardstock. Of course, I did use these for a recent pick a card. Work in progress. Unrealistic expectations and new inspirations. But I will cut things out of magazines and stuff, and I'll Mod Podge them on these cards to create my own little tarot cards. I haven't got that far into the project, but I've created about 4 cards, I think, to date. And they're fun. And it's something that my inner child is absolutely on board for. And of course, my more adult self is like, I can actually use this in my life. So finding things like that, maybe it's not exactly as you did as a child, but you're kind of adult proofing it or adultifying it to where it's really feasible and fun for your more adult self. And another thing that I love to do was like coloring. And of course they make more adult coloring books that are, more advanced, and, you can use markers instead of just crayons and stuff. That would be something fun. We also have here, you are about to shine. Yes, turning that inner light onto the outside as well, and just allowing that light to shine even brighter. So your guides are just asking you to really embrace that magician energy of shining your light, and that will help you really gain this clear path forward in your life. All right, what else does Florence need to know from her guides, messages from her guides? And it's right here. We've got here transfiguration. So especially if things have felt very stuck, very dull, just not great, things are really looking up for you. We also have the master number 22, and it's kind of taking me back to earlier when I said put a 222 in the chat. I said that at 1:33:33 on mine. I saw it right as I said that. But when I said to put a 222 in the chat to get a card drawn, so I think this transfiguration card has to do with your early message that we had. So it's almost like that early message you got, which I can't even recall off the top of my head what card you did get, but there's a correlation between your reading right now and the card you got earlier, Florence. All right, let's see. Anything else Florence needs to know? Whoa. We have here Cat, a two-faced friend. Oh no, let's see what this is. Because normally cats to me represent independence, and cats definitely know what they want, and they definitely know what they don't want. So there's a lot of clarity that comes in with the cat symbolism. But let's just see if there's any worry of a friend that's just not telling you the full truth. If there is, though, ooh, that could be. If there is, though, it's gonna become very clear to you who this friend is very soon. And this might not even be a friend you have in your day-to-day life. This could be an online friend. And it's not going to be someone who means a lot to you, like a lot. Because to me, this is, it could even be something from the past. Yeah, now they're kind of pointing that direction, but then they're also kind of pointing forward. So if you've already kind of gone through a row or a big fight or something with a friend, this is just talking about that specific incident. But if you haven't yet, then there's something here that just use your intuition, really tune in, and not be paranoid that, oh no, that friend's gonna be two-faced to me or betray me, or that friend or that friend or that friend. Don't borrow trouble that way, but just literally keep an eye out for when a friend says one thing, but energetically you're like, ooh, that didn't feel good. I think maybe they meant something else. And I don't really see that this person is looking to destroy you or bring you down in any way. It's just maybe they're feeling a little threatened or maybe even jealous of something you've got going on. And that's why they're acting this way, if that's the case. Yeah, but I really am mostly feeling this as past energy. So it could have even been a friendship that ended even years ago, that now you're starting to see very similar things in another friend and just kind of wondering oh no, is this person going to turn out exactly like that? Probably not. But there might just be some healing you're doing surrounding friendship connections. Yeah, connections from the past. Look, childhood or younger version of you. And it's very interesting because we got the information about the inner child, or the message about the inner child coming out. Wow. So there's some inner child healing I think you're doing through a friendship. Even if it feels like at first that this friendship might end, actually it's going to strengthen the friendship. I love the eye symbolism, seeing through the false facades. Absolutely. Yes. And it might be with a woman that looks similar to this. So it says dealings or relations. It's backwards. With a woman with, okay, I'm not even going to try. Blonde, gray, or white hair. But I'm seeing more blonde, like a blonde woman. And then there's that tiger energy that keeps following us around. And then we got the tiny tigers, the little kittens here. Look at that. Very interesting. Doing something risky and taking a chance. And then this one says, in my relationships, we are all happy, whole, and complete, which is funny. We're talking about relationships right then. And I hadn't even read this for the day yet. I just ripped the page off right before we started. Oh, Florence had 13, confusion, many choices, and uncertainty. Okay. So that might be confusion in this friendship. Just feeling a little confused. Are we as good of friends as I thought? Or, are we going to be able to do, have a deep relationship long-term, whatever it is. All right. So that is your message, Florence. I hope I didn't raise more questions than answer your question. Sometimes that can happen when we leave it up to spirit. They can give us all sorts of stuff that we're like, now I want to know about this. Now I want to know about that. Now I want to know about that. It opens a can of worms, but in a good way. I always see it as a good thing. Okay, so Scarlett, you have donated for a 1-card pull, and this is a message from my guides for December through January. I love it. Yes, let's round out the year and into January for Scarlett. Tuning into Scarlett's energy. Message from her guides. What does she need to know? Ooh, you're making a choice. You're making a decision. There might possibly be some travel as well. I'm seeing a new vehicle. So I don't know if you've been in the market for a vehicle or even a trip. Like the vehicle can represent, because it's showing me this shiny vehicle. So that could also indicate a trip to somewhere you've been really wanting to go. But yeah, you're going to find success, whichever route you take. You're going to find a lot of success. About your best friend that you don't have any contact with. It might be, I don't know, we might have to tune into that at some point. Oh, you need a car to finish college. Well, maybe you're getting this car. Although I'm kind of seeing March is maybe more the time frame for getting the car, but you're maybe on the search for this car. Not to say it can't happen between then and yeah, all that. Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, Marlene. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, you definitely have potential to get a car between now and March. And I know that kind of extends past your little reading deadline here, but Spirit's letting it be known. And anything you're trying to close out or finish, or, this is like closing out a cycle, finishing, being able to put down a burden. And this could even be like a finish of a semester. Because a lot of times there's like this big rush to get everything done at the end of the semester and, get all that last little bit of grades in and projects turned in and everything. So this could be indicating just a mad dash to get everything done, but you're going to complete it very successfully. I do see everything's going off great with that. Let's see. Anything else Scarlett needs to know? December through January. And we have here Rhodiola. I can never say that right. Rhodiola with wisdom and the number 37, which adds up to 10. So 10 of wands and then the 10. And of course, closing out that old cycle and then that fresh new beginning that you get at the beginning of another semester, right? But yeah, if you are finished with college like this semester, then that could just be that next opportunity, leaving college and then going into the career field or whatever it is you're doing after college. But it also could indicate like from one semester, then now we start the next. But there's a lot of wisdom coming in these next month and a half to 2 months for you. There's a lot of wisdom that you're gaining, a lot of clarity too. Like they're giving me like a big old eyeball and saying clarity. Anything else for Scarlett, please? Ooh, eyeball, look at that. Focus on the big picture. And we were talking about clarity coming through. Yeah, that eye is hyper focused on what it wants. Look at that. Apparently it wants a bird foot. So that's hilarious. And then we've got this lighthouse that's really focused on the queen bee. That's like a bumblebee to me, but it's got a crown above it. So it's like a queen bumblebee. So looking up the spirit guide of the bumblebee, and they're telling me this is a falcon. I don't know that that's to be true or not, but they're giving me like the spirit guide of a falcon. That's the word they're giving me. And then the number is 19. So 19, 10, 10, 37, and 7. Those are some numbers. If you want to play with numbers or add those all up, feel free to do some research on your own, a little bit of homework. And also the spirit animal of a unicorn, if that's even a thing. Go ahead and look that up as well if you want some additional homework. Some people love getting some homework. Others are like, yeah, I don't care. I love getting me some spiritual homework. You're so welcome. Yeah, you tuned in. Yay. Yeah, it's a good finishing of everything. Maybe a little bit stressful at times, but everything is going to work out great. Everything's working out great because you're putting your best effort in with whatever it is you're trying to do, accomplish, or create. You're putting in your best effort, and that's going to gain you the best result. So just keep putting your best effort in. You're going to get your best result. Even if at the time it doesn't feel like your best result, you're being routed to your best result as a matter of all of this, or as a result of all of this energy and effort you're putting in. Oh, in Hindu mythology, Arjuna pierced his arrow right into the eye of the fish, which was far, far away, just by looking at its reflection. Oh my goodness, how cool. Yeah, I'm wondering if that person didn't channel some of that. Oh, there it is. I've opened right to it. That was crazy. Yeah, channeled some of that wisdom into that card. You just never know. So cool. I love it. Yeah, these cards are fun. I'm really loving this deck. It's called, what's it called? For anyone that cares or wants to know, it is called The Animal Apothecary by Kara Elizabeth. Animal Apothecary. It's very cute. One of my new ones. It was all the questions you had. Well, I'm glad we were able to answer those for you. And that being said, I think Amber is our last donation. Yes, she is. So she may have put it in the email. I don't remember. I don't know. I'm talking semi-British. Like, that was a horrible British accent, but like, I tried. Okay. More clarity to the card you got today. How will the 1212 portal help me, especially the session I am going to take? What to expect from it. All right, let's tune in and remind me. Did you get that the spiritual or the teacher card? I think it was teacher card with the number 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but just remind me. Because she's tuning in for the 1212 portal. I'm going to read this as I shuffle. Tuning in Amber's energy. More clarity to the card she got today. How will the 1212 portal help her, especially with the session she's going to take? What to expect? Okay. Ooh, well, it's bringing you in alignment with, like learning from some sort of mentor or teacher, which is funny because you got the teacher card. Love it. Because, in the traditional Rider-Waite depiction, you've got like an artist that is being like a mentor to the artistic student who's, no, that's in the Modern Witch. It's, they're like crafting like a cathedral area. And there's like the master builder is telling the apprentice like how to do things. And then there's another person in there like working. So yeah, that's what I see is you're working in tandem with spirit. And of course, this other maybe possible healer teacher to really tune into what is best for you and how to really overcome physical blocks in your life. This is not just on a spiritual level. This is really going to benefit you in your day-to-day life, material world as well. We also have the Prince of Wands. So this is, getting that inspiration to take action in this healing direction with this teacher is really going to benefit you. Yeah, this is a whole new beginning for you in such a big way. So let's see. Abundance just floods his life. Oh man, that must be awesome. Yes, Cheyenne, absolutely. I'm still here for it. All right. What else does Amber need to know about the 1212 portal and especially this healing? Ooh, look. There's not just physical, not just spiritual, but also some really good emotional healing and just up leveling that's coming in. I really do see it's like they showed this water faucet, but it wasn't just a water faucet. There was an eye attached, and like the water faucet was just going, crying, and then someone turned it off. It's like the reason to cry and cry and cry has been healed. It's over. Not to say that there won't be yet another layer coming up at a later time, because, we all know healing is just this one big onion. We keep peeling and peeling. And we all know what happens when we peel onions. We cry, right? Going back to the funny little thing that Spirit gave me. But for at least a while, you're getting this breath of fresh air in the crying department, not having to feel so deeply sad emotional. But to me, this is going to be, if there's any tears flowing, it's going to be happy tears, tears of joy, tears of just the miracle of life and the miracle of being incarnated. And you're really shifting your energy. It's almost like you're doing some sort of timeline jump around the 1212 portal. Like I keep tuning in and I was saying, I don't even know what day. I think that's on a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's on a Monday. Let me double check. Is that a Monday? It is a Monday. I'm not going live on Monday. I wanted to tune into the 1212 portal. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something on Patreon, or I'll do like part of the weekly reading. We'll tune into the 1212. I don't know. We'll do something. I want to do something for it somewhere. We'll do something. But yeah, I see so much like new timelines. And look, back of the deck, the sun. So this is, after all out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Oh wow! Back to our teardrop with the like faucet. Just cry. The itsy bitsy spider goes up the water spout. Down came the rain, washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the tears, all the rain. And then the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. But again, we know what'll happen again. Then out come the rain and the itsy bitsy spider will, be washed out again. But then out comes the sun again. It's basically Wheel of Fortune energy. But wow. I mean, this is a powerful duo right here. And all of it really is very powerful. It's almost like he's writing on the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's been such a theme today. Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like those old timelines are collapsing and dying away to bring forth a major transformation to this phoenix energy. And yeah, I just see so much up leveling because you've done so much work. It's almost like you just deserve a break. Yeah, unknown gifts are coming. So like songbirds, we were talking, bird symbolism has been pretty big today. So is the tiger. But yeah, an unknown gift is coming your way. And to me, this might be gift of spoken word. Could even be healing coming through spoken word as well. Yeah, so much yellow and orange in the cards. I know, right? Look at all that. Yes. Where do I want to go next? Let's go here. Anything else Amber needs to know? And of course, Amber wanted to go last, but Cheyenne donated after we already started your reading. So my apologies that you didn't go like last, but yes. Ooh, we have Mandrake here with sensuality. And to me, the sensuality is just about enjoying, like the sense of touch, the sense of taste, the sense of hearing and smell, and just really immersing yourself. And we can all have that little slice of Taurus in our chart, just really channeling the house of Taurus when the word sensuality comes out, because Taurus loves, all the luxuries of life. Because here's the thing, when we are not incarnated, we don't have the luxury of like smell and taste and touch. I'm sure we can hear on our level and we can see on our level, but we don't have those other human, we think, oh, I want all these extra sensory perceptions and extra sensory abilities and gifts. But what we don't realize is that being incarnated in a human body, that's something we can't experience when we're in spirit. We can't touch another consciousness physically. We can be together, in the way we are, but we can't touch them physically. We can't, taste food when we're in spirit. I'm sure there are realms of the spiritual realm we can do these things, but as far as being incarnated as a human, we really do need to see these things as a gift. Even the pain that we feel, when your flow is in town and you're feeling the cramps and you're just like, oh, this hurts, this sucks, I don't like this. But it's such a gift to feel that, because, on the spiritual level, we don't feel all that pain. And even beginning to feel angry, like that's not something we can experience when we're in spirit, or sad, or, that sense of grief, which, yeah, no human wants to feel grief and anger and sadness, but like, we got to see it as the gift it is, that we can't feel those emotions so much, not the way we feel them when we're human. I'm sure there's a way we feel things in the spiritual realm, but it's usually from a much higher perspective, and we have this greater understanding that we don't have to really tune deeply into the emotions of things. Emotions are more of a human thing. Your sun in Taurus by Vedic astrology. Also, I did mention that my throat activation lately during the full moon. Yes. And I've been asking Spirit to channel their messages through my throat chakra. You can absolutely do that. But you also, an extension of that throat chakra would be, creative expression through writing, automatic writing. So you can channel it through both your voice and like physically writing it out as well, or typing it out. But something so much more magical about writing with your actual like penmanship or your handwriting than just typing it out. I know it's so much easier to type it out because you can channel and just go faster that way. But there's just something so magical and mystical about it coming through your own hand. I don't know. Is that just me? All right. So let's get one more. Anything else Amber needs to know through this? Okay, we got Candle. You will be shown the way. Yes. Look, an unknown gift is maybe you are, because it's almost like this is creating a path. Look at that. Yeah, you will be shown the way. So lighting a candle, I know that's something a lot of people do every day, especially if you have like an altar, or, you set an intention, you light a candle. It's going to be very powerful and potent for you, specifically during this 12/12 portal, to light a candle with whatever intention you have to set. Specifically, maybe even surrounding the throat chakra with all this blue in here. Really bringing spirit through your throat chakra, setting that intention by lighting a candle. Could be white or blue. If you don't have a blue candle, you can light a white candle, because that can represent any color you want. For sure do that. That would be so powerful for you. Wow. And then look, it's almost like you're becoming the bird. You are more than you know. You're really knowing on a deeper level that you are this limitless spiritual being having a human experience. And, that's so cheesy and cliche, like, oh yeah, I know that. But like, do we really know that? Like, if we knew that, we would stop beating ourselves up for not being perfect, and we would just be so in awe of ourselves and so in love with ourselves and so in awe and in love with everyone else as well. If we just truly knew how amazing and powerful we are on a deeper level. All right, so let's get into Cheyenne's question. Thanks again for your donation, Amber. What a powerful reading. Yeah, you got a lot of good stuff coming in on that portal, so buckle up, lady. It's going to be a fun ride. You've been singing a lot this week. That's exactly what that bird was doing. Or, yeah, the bird. I was like, no, it wasn't a bird, but it was. Oh, you've been singing a lot this week, and during that one evening, I saw myself standing with angels and ascended masters, Infinite One Creator, and singing a prayer. That is so powerful. Look on the back of the deck. Transformation, another phoenix rising from the ashes. And the number 42. So I don't know if that number is relevant to you, like if, you know, that's an age of someone you love or a number that you see on the clock, or, you know, it's a powerful number for you coming up. I know, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for the clarity. You are so welcome. Absolutely. And Cheyenne has donated again. I just want to make sure she has her question here. Let's see. Is she here, like watching now, or do I need a timestamp? Does anyone know? Oh, you're going to be 42. Oh, that's so cool. I'm going to be 41 in April, so I'm just right behind you, just right there. So I think between now and especially when you turn 42, it's just going to be so powerful for you. Like, it's going to be your year, like in such a good way. Cheyenne's here. Cool. So let's tune into her question. But yay, I'm so excited for you, Amber. Okay. Not to say you have to wait till you're 42 to really start tuning into that power number for yourself. You can already embody that now. Okay. So Cheyenne wants to know, what is her connection with children in a past life? It's strange as I don't want my own, but feel maternal. Yes, that is so cool. Let's tune in. All right. I'm already seeing so many lifetimes of you as a mother and, of course, as a father, but they're specifically showing me these beautiful lifetimes as a mother. And it's very interesting. They're pointing out a past life that you had. Maybe not too recently, but recent enough that it's still very fresh in your soul's memory, that you were a mother and you had 3 small children. Oh, this is so sad. Oh. And they're showing me, they're showing me like modern world, but like the cars were much older than they are now. So to me, it feels like a very recent past human life. So on Earth. And they're showing me like these old cars that were around in, you would say maybe like, like 1912, 1913, really early 20th century. And they're showing me the children and you and a husband going on this trip, and they're showing me like upstate New York. So like show me like New York during like winter, going to visit family for Christmas. I'm getting such chills. So, because it's just started snowing, right? It's so light and fluffy. Like, I don't know if you can even tell it's snowing. If you look to parts of the tree line, maybe you can see just a very subtle snow coming down. But they're showing me you guys were leaving to go visit family for Christmas. They're really painting a picture. This is very strong, very vivid past life coming through for you. And you're singing like Christmas carols in the car on the way. And it wasn't even a long trip. They're showing me like an hour, like kind of upstate New York through the mountains. And your husband's driving, you're in the front seat, 3 kids are in the back, and you're all singing and, having just the best time on this trip. And it has just turned dark. So it's very difficult to see, in these older cars, like way back, they were cold and, you're all bundled up and just trying to stay warm and going along. And your husband is going around this curve, you all are, but he's driving, and he hits some ice and goes over, like down into like this. They're showing me all these trees, like you guys came, like rolled and came into contact with a tree. And now they're showing me that your 3 children and your husband all actually did pass away, and you were left alive, but you weren't able to walk. Like you had lost the ability, like below the waist, like like paralyzed below the waist, and you had family, of course, extended family. But it was just I got such chills. It was just such a devastation for you in that life that you weren't able to have any more children because not that you were what we'd call old in that life, but you just didn't want to meet someone else and have to start all over. And of course, you may not have been able to with the paralyzation and oh wow, problem with your leg in this life. I have major chills. Like, can you see this? um, but they're really showing me that it was almost like it was too heartbreaking, and you almost vowed in that moment that, if I ever have to live another life, I can't go through a pain that great again. And that's not to say that you won't ever become a mother in this life, because you still might. You might change your mind. But they're showing me that if that's the case, or, if it's stepchildren or just children you're working with, you won't have that level of devastation hit you in this life at all. There was a major lesson you learned surrounding all of that. I mean, I can't imagine. I have 2 kids, and I've had 3 miscarriages before my kids were born. And just the 3 miscarriages in and of themselves were devastating enough. I can't imagine losing a child I gave birth to and has a name, and then losing. Like, that would be so, so difficult. Had a feeling, actual Amanda, that something happened, as I did feel very emotional about children sometimes. But stress, I can never have my own. I told my mom at 13 I won't have them. Yeah. And that just might be something you're very resigned to in this life. And that's perfectly valid and perfectly okay. But let's just pull a card just to see. Yeah. In this life, it's not part of your, experience to need to have those children. Again, though, it might come in by way of stepchildren, and definitely children, because it's just too emotionally difficult to remain in what happened in that life for you to maybe even think about dipping your toe into possibly having children. That you almost feel it's safe that, okay, I can have stepchildren and I'll feel really good about that. I'll feel safe about that. Or I can have, students or, children I'm working with, and I'll feel really safe about that I can really use that maternal, muscle and love them, but, maybe a bit arm's length. But it doesn't make anything wrong. But what I see with this is you are moving on from that in this life. You're utilizing whatever's going on, whatever talents you have, whatever wisdom you gain in this life to really overcome that. And then, maybe in another life you will have children again, and it won't feel so devastating or something you're so like, no. Because normally, not to say everybody's just on one spectrum or another, but normally if someone doesn't want children, it's because they just know, like, ooh, yeah, no, I'm good. Children just kind of creep me out, or I don't like children, or they're too annoying, or whatever. But like, that's so not your vibe. You're like, I am so open to children. I love children. I love babies. I love kids. Like, I can feel it. Like, you always say that, and then this makes so much sense to me. Yeah, Queen of Cups, like, that's that motherly, maternal, nurturing energy that you are really embodying. But this is also helping you heal, from that past life where you did lose your 3 children and your husband. Yeah, I'd be afraid if they got hurt. Yeah. And I think that's just a fear every mother's got in the back pocket of their mind every day is, what more devastating thing could happen in life? You can lose your home, you can lose your job, you can lose, like extended family members. Like, that's all sad and hard and not great. But to lose your child is like a whole other level of just suffer and torture that I wouldn't wish on anybody. But, there are people lifetime after lifetime that experience that for whatever reason. And it's so sad and it's so devastating. But let's just see anything else. Anything else Cheyenne needs to know. This kind of more turned into a full reading, but like, whatever. We don't care. Yeah. And again, I think too, that this is going back to that past life, beware of greed. It's almost like you had it all. You had the perfect in your mind in that lifetime. You had the perfect life, and then it was all taken away. And you always blamed yourself. Like, if I had just settled for this less thing or that less thing, because they're kind of showing me now that in that life, like, not every family had a car. Not every family had the money and the prestige, because they're showing me like a really nice, like, they're showing me like the brownstones in like more like New York City area. Really nice New York City, like living situation that even back then, like the affluence of the area was just something to really be desired. And you felt that maybe because, you had everything you could have ever wanted. It just all got taken away because you had too much of a good thing. And that's, you know, in that bereaved mother's logic, that's, I can totally understand that. But of course, we all know from a more external perspective that that's so not why you lost everything, or, but yeah, let's just see any one more closing argument on this. Past life connection to children. Yeah, bear. Danger, especially in money matters. And again, that's just reaffirming what we just said about being that protective mother bear, and then you lost it all thinking, well, I had too much money. I had too nice of a house. I had a nice car. I had all these things, and then my children were taken away. Yeah, it's always in my head, worry about wanting things. I feel guilty wanting materialistic things. And again, I think this just goes back to this past life. But I think that's a big part of why you're here in this life, to know emotionally that it is okay to want things and to have things, not just to want them, but to actually have them, and they're yours. And, but even in that life, like, you were someone of affluence and had a lot of money, but at the same time, you would be the first one to give change and money to a beggar on the street, or you were always like volunteering at like the homeless shelters and the orphanages, and donating toys, and even like they're showing me before you guys left for that trip. Oh wow, this is so like this was so vivid. It's like I'm living it right now. That there's this local church you guys went, and there was an orphanage that was somehow associated with this church. It might have been a Catholic church, now that I'm really tuning in. It feels to me like the nuns were it was like a church on the front part, and then the back end was like an orphanage. And you and your husband and your kids just found great privilege and happiness in bringing all of this stuff. There was like this big feast that you guys provided for them, and all of these presents, this beautiful big tree, and it just feels like a dream come true. These kids had never seen such amazingness, and you guys gave that to them from your hearts. And then you go off on your own, trip, and that's why you had to leave a little late, is because you had this thing going on. That's why you left at dark instead of leaving during the day. Oh, that is so sad, and you're almost like, I how could this happen? I'm such a loving, giving person, and then this happens. Like, it's so not fair. But correlation does not equal causation. Like, it just blows your mind that a family this beautiful and loving and good, could have this devastating thing happen. But like, it's not because of that lifetime. It's probably past life stuff, or again, a lesson all the souls in that family wanted to learn, and so that's what happened. There's no blame, there's no fault in that lifetime that I can see. But big hugs. You guys were such a great family. Oh, yeah. Don't be guilty about materialistic things. We do need them. Yeah, we totally do. And it is part of the human experience to experience the luxury or the poverty or anything in between. Like, it is just part of the thing. Yeah, past life stuff and lessons for sure. Big hugs. Oh man, Cheyenne, that to me feels like almost like a movie. Like, I was seeing that so clearly and so vividly, and just the happiness and the love and the connection, and not only with just your family union, but with like the community and helping the church and the orphans, and big hugs. Wow. As I'm putting this away, they're showing me that your brother was actually in that life too. He was one of your children in that life. Because you had a boy and 2 girls. He was the boy in that life. I have chills now. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Comes the brother that was taking your money. That's the brother we're tuning into. Wow. It's like a perfect dream come true. I know. Yeah. Wow. Wow about the brother too, right? How can we top that? Wow. Wow. Didn't we start with Cheyenne? Now we're ending with Cheyenne. No, we started with Vicky. But wow, we came full circle. Yeah, it was such a dream, such a just picturesque time, helping those orphans and just seeing all the kids have fun and their eyes light up, and then you go off on your own family adventure and you're singing and you're just so happy, and then this thing happens. It's just like, why? That is not fair. That is so not fair. Yeah, it is so powerful. But this is how we learn and grow, I guess, right? But yeah, big hug, Cheyenne. But that's why you feel so connected to children, and why also at the same time, don't necessarily want them for your own in this life, but whatever's meant to happen, you'll experience and learn and grow from whatever you need to in this life as a result of that other life. Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for the reading. I just watched it. Oh, goody. Also, I was just with a friend, and the Eye of the Tiger song was playing in the series we were just watching. Kate, you can't make that stuff up. That is hilarious. I love it. That is so cool. Yep. There it is. That's just spirit working the way they work. I love it. And like I said, right now, today, especially like the readings that have been coming, not to say that the readings that come through other times aren't as powerful and potent, but like there's just a little extra, spice in the readings today because the veil is just so thin right now. I don't know what it is. But yeah, spirit's a fun time, that's for sure. All right, you guys, I love you. This was so much fun. You really brightened my spirits. And yeah, even though the devastation of Cheyenne's past life reading we just got, but all of that was not for no reason, because even though the 3 children were cut off and the husband's life was cut off, you guys may have shifted those orphans' lives for the rest of their lives. And maybe you really inspired some of those orphans as they grew up and then maybe had their own money to then help others as well. Like, so powerful. Like, that's the message I'm taking away from the tragedy of that whole situation. But yes, I know I have to go too. I got to eat some lunch before I go pick up the kids. So, you all have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I will see you back here Wednesday. If you guys want to get a sneak peek as to what's going on for you in 2023 over on my Harmony Portal Tarot channel, I have the 2023 predictions up. So, go ahead and check the link in the description below to go to that channel. And it will be my most recent video that uploaded this morning. So check that out. And yes, lots of love and blessings to everyone, says Amber, and right back at you. And hope you have a wonderful weekend and an awesome 12/12 portal. Yes, because I will not see you until the 13th, 14th. That'll be the next day I'm here on Wednesday. So it'll be 2 days after the portal. So just if you don't know what the 12/12 portal is, just tune into your inner guidance. That's all you need to do. And you will be shown the way, whatever that looks like. But it's a really great time to hop timelines. If you're not living in an optimal timeline, now's the time to jump ship and do that whatever way comes to your intuition to do that. Maybe even doing like a quantum jumping meditation could benefit you. So I'm going to go. Love you all. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and I will check you next time. All right, you guys. Bye.